We've announced this week the new partnership with AdapTV, where we're working in private marketplaces in a number of geographies outside of the UK primarily. I think our goal within the video space is to ensure that our valuable asset, our highly valuable video content and audiences are available to buyers however they want to access. One finds within video that yields are very strong regardless of whether it's in the automated or direct channel. So making sure that our video is accessible to a range of different buyers on a range of different platforms is really important. AdapTV is the technology platform and the pipes, if you like, that make the transaction as frictionless as possible. But the initial conversations are really between us as publisher and mainly agency trading desks in order to create an access point. But that's a single job, and then once that job is complete, then it's just about managing and managing delivery of that campaign. So I think the limited inventory pool, and let's be frank, it's a limited inventory pool across premium publishers of video inventory, perhaps driven by the heritage that we all have more in words and pictures than moving image. But that actually creates a dynamic between supply and demand which is favourable to the publisher, and thereby it's an asset that you absolutely need to make full use of when there are spikes, and with the number of plays that a piece of video content and The Guardian gets could range from tens of thousands to millions, and if you hit on one of those pieces of content that is delivering 1 million plays, then you really need a strong source of non-guaranteed demand to make sure that you can realise the value that you probably didn't know was coming. This happens when videos go viral, or when it's an incredibly sensitive piece of breaking news, like the Edward Snowden videos, for example, which the sales teams just wouldn't know about in advance. Generally, in video, then it does tend to be new content that is getting most of the traffic. So it's fairly rare that within the top 10 videos on the site in any given week we would see content that's much older than a week or two. YouTube is obviously a very important place for discoverability, and I think YouTube can both act as a monetization channel in that people are watching Guardian video within the YouTube environment, but also a discoverability tool to ensure that our content on the site is being surfaced in the right way. So ensuring the relationships there are well managed is important, and we work with partners to help us in that space. And then in terms of syndicating content, then I think that's a really interesting area in two directions, both making sure that the Guardian's content is discoverable and being fully monetized via syndication to other publishers. So sometimes that's quite often The Guardian will produce content for Channel 4, which is a big TV brand in the UK, for example, and also accessing content. So making sure that we have access to the right content, whether it be from National Geographic or from Perform Sports for sports highlights, to make sure that the breadth of video content that we have on the site is as strong as possible.
I think what you current partners or prospect partners can do. The other thing that's important is the revolution that I saw at CES last week is coming with a change in distribution of how consumers are going to touch video and how publishers are going to be able to monetize video. And it's everything from the networks, the cable companies, the device companies.